We're in. We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Oh,
all right,
wait,
guys.
let me at the Discord here. Forgot to even do that.
Man,
Just to let people know.
There's no lag at all today. That was like instantaneous.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go, dude. Well, welcome guys to the Punk Rock Radar Epitaph Bracket event of the century. Hold on, I gotta mute it.
So, Round 2. No bad albums anymore.
That's right. That's right. Round 2. We don't have to talk about the Linda Lindas or the
Careful.
Joy Killer.
We can.
So do people really like the Linda Lindas?
Yes.
They're all right.
People do really like them.
I'm just bringing up bands that didn't make it. Just didn't have the chutzpah to make it on to the second round.
Why don't you like female bands, Elliot? I think the people deserve to know. It's not nice.
I just don't like bands that have the same name twice. So, you know,
Okay.
Linda. What's the other one? There's a famous one. So, what the fuck is their name?
Duran.
Yeah, Duran. Also, don't get me started on the yes.
Yeah, that's one time worse. That's even worse. That's not good.
It's 3 in a row. So I'm like, I just don't like. It's repetitive. Like, get a better name. Maybe the Lovely Lindas, I think, would be a better. My band is called Elliot.
I don't know.
Everybody listen to the Yum Yums, a good band with 2 repetitive thingy.
I have never heard of the Yum Yums in my entire life. So,
like a European pop punk band.
Like Snipstring says, that's hot. So, Rhino says, speaking of females and bands, how come the 3 Heart Sound albums were skipped over? He has to know. Aren't those like Burning Heart records?
No, they should be.
Or were they on Epitaph?
So what happened was we pulled up a list like from Epitaph up to like 2006. And I think both
not very comprehensive.
Yeah, I think both Heart Sounds were after that, and then we had just the chat and Elliot pick random albums post 2006. But
and the Heart Sounds are kind of weird. They were like co-released with Creator Destructor Records.
It is they have good album art too. We should have included it.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
They always use the same word mark. I appreciate that.
Yeah. They weren't going to win it anyway. We should have included it, but they weren't going to win it. Let's just be honest.
Oh my god.
I would have picked them.
I mean, it would have been better than all that
Yeah.
anti-stuff and fucking whatever.
How much
else.
anti-stuff did we even have? I thought we tried to get rid of
Time
most of it.
again.
I probably did. Like
The Hellcat roster is a lot weaker. Than,
we could have probably cut. We probably could have cut at least half of the Hellcat stuff. But we made it to round 2. We have nothing but NoFX, Bad Religion, and Pennywise to talk about for the foreseeable future until this thing's completed. Like Snipstring says, my radar is getting punked tonight. I need this. That's right, everybody. Get your radars out. And so. It's time to get our radars punk rock tonight. But we'll go ahead, and I think everybody's pulled in here, so we'll go ahead and get the fuck started on this. And John,
Is
No, go ahead,
Purplish
Joe.
Rain here? Is Purplish
I don't
Rain?
know if Purplish Rain is here. He's usually crazy music geek, I think, in chat.
I owe him money, but he hasn't told me how to give him the money. So
Rhino,
anyway, we can go on.
Rhino says Common Elliot Elven.
Mm-hmm.
Common Elliot Elven. What was the L for? Did I even have an opinion?
Yeah, it was the heart sounds thing again for making us listen
What
to.
did I do? Oh, you're blaming.
Yeah.
That was not me. That John is putting.
We listened to
all
a
of
bunch
on
of like
He's passing the buck.
some
he's
European rap records and shit, and we didn't get the heart sounds.
There was no European rap.
I didn't listen to him.
There was one rap record. Downwards Heavensward, I missed specifically what were you talking about, but the Linda Lindas are awesome. And the creator destructor was Ben, guitar/vocals from Heart Sounds label. He's apparently playing bass for AWS. Oh, okay.
We fucked up,
All right,
dude.
well,
It's
all my fault. I missed out on the Heart Sounds records. I'm sorry.
I gotta be honest. I think people. I mean, I feel bad if they didn't see their record represented at all. But I mean, come on, these ones are not going to win it. They would not probably be even in this round.
I've never heard the Heart Sounds. They could have been amazing. They could have won the whole thing for all I know. But the Heart Sounds aren't here. But you know what is here, John? We've got NoFX's Heavy Petting Zoo up against F-. Wake Up Screaming. What do you think? Who are you picking? Who's the winner?
Yeah, I mean, the F- had a nice little Cinderella story. And if you're gonna pull a NoFX record in the first round thing, or second round, I guess, this isn't a terrible one to face off against. But F- is more, it's a band that I will say that I like more than I actually do like. And the NoFX record, we've made the joke before, it's the black sheep with the white sheep. But I still think it's a really good album. Well, tons of good songs on here. So I'm going to vote for Heavy Petting Zoo.
All right. So one vote for Heavy Petting Zoo. Lewis, you're a big F- fan. Is it enough to topple Heavy Petting Zoo, though?
No. But this F- record is pretty good. And I do love F-, and I love Sweating Blood. I mean, I like all their records. Rhythm Light's really good too. But I mean, Heavy Petting Zoo is a really good record. I know John already said it's the black sheep. It gets a lot of necessary, but I think it rocks. Extra points for the vinyl cover because Eating Lamb is hilarious. Yeah, I agree. Nice Cinderella story for F- up to this point, but I'm going with Eating Lamb on this one. So going down to Dylan.
Dylan,
hello,
out here, man. Hey.
NoFX is my pick.
That's all we got.
That's it.
That's all I gotta say.
Got.
It speaks for itself. It's a superior musical album.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be NoFX's Heavy Petting Zoo here. It's definitely way more of an interesting record than F-. So the F- one does indeed rip if you're in the mood for some just really fast, raspy, kind of crusty punk music there. It's not bad. But Heavy Petting Zoo.
This album rules. I know Dylan probably wouldn't like it, but it's really good. So
I can't remember if this was one that Dylan listened to or not. So
probably not. I don't think so.
Okay, you missed out on a banger. But let's go to the chat here. And NoFX is at 82% F- with an F. 18%. So F-. Is that an actual grade? I don't think it is, right? An F-. You can't get an F- in school, correct? It's only an F, right?
I believe it's a joke, yeah.
Yeah. So you can't, it's kind of an inaccurate name. Kind of like the Linda Lindas. I guess it's not inaccurate. It's just repetitive. But what is the chat saying here? Matt Solberg says, NoFX, easy. Punk Rock Guru says, Eating Lamb. Immortal Coil says, Elliot actually told me to keep a secret. He hates heart sounds. I never said that.
Keep the secret very well.
I did not say that. So I'll show you me and Immortal Coil's chats. You know, they're very.
I think you said it in that Eve 6 video that nobody watched.
Nobody watched it, so they missed out on me. I spent at least half the video hating on the heart sounds. And Rhino says, I knew it. So Very suspicious of me hating the heart sounds. John has thrown me under the bus. Immortal Coil has thrown me under the bus. So let's move on here. And Lewis, you're starting us off with Millencolin's True Brew up against the Deviates. Time is the distance. What do you got to say?
Yeah, man. Time is Distance is a really good record. The Deviates, as I like to say. I was kind of surprised how much I like this record. Like, I think I even mentioned last time, like, I always kind of thought of them as just a punk rama band, but this is a really good record. But having said all that, I really love True Brew. I think it's one of the finer Millencolin records. So for all those reasons, I'm going Millencolin, man. This is definitely the best of Millencolin's latter half of their career. So
when does the latter half start of Millencolin?
I don't know. For me, I guess it's probably after Home from Home, I think, or maybe after Kingwood. But yeah, but for me, I think this is the best one, at least since Kingwood. Maybe I like it better than Kingwood and Home from Home, to be honest. So it's really good to me.
Yeah. All right, I got you. But also, John, I did not do that. It's a slander in the chat. But Dylan, what do you have to say? Millencolin against the Deviates here.
Deviates all the way. I like the Millencolin album a lot, but Deviates album's better. I've been listening to it like nonstop the last few days. So maybe recency bias for my current listening, but I don't even have to think about it. Deviates.
The Deviates for Dylan. All right. I will say is the last time I talked about True Brew, I didn't really give it a fair shot. Like by the time we got to the day of the stream, I realized I forgot to listen to this one. So I finally revisited it, listening to more than just like the first couple songs. It's good. So I was, it's not mediocre. It's definitely like a solid record. There is a lot of really good catchy hooks in here. Wall of Doubt and Something I Would Die For are some excellent tracks. I mean, the whole thing is actually pretty impressively catchy. So I was relatively impressed, and it's definitely better than Some Girls. So that was my bad, guys. We'll take that one back. But the Deviates record, it rips in my opinion. It's, I think like Dylan said, every time I put on this Time is the Distance record, I end up just listening to the entire thing. So it's not like I get the gist of it, I'll stop, I go through this whole thing. I think this is like a great fucking record. Underrated, honestly. So I'm going Deviates. John, are we going to leave it up to chat, or what do you have to say? Also, I need to get the poll going.
I was going to say, what chat?
Yeah. Is it 2-1 right now? 2 Deviates.
2-1 Deviates, yeah.
Yep. So Lewis is Millencolin, me and Dylan are Deviates.
Yeah. So the more I listen to this Millencolin album, the better I think it is. I think on the Millencolin tier list, I was a little harsh on it too, but it sounds fantastic. The production is top notch. There's some really good songs on there, but I mean, ultimately, guys, we didn't say it yet, but chat gets 75%. It sways the whole thing, so it is up to you guys regardless. Yes. But I like this Deviates record better. I think it's like you guys said, it's a no skip, underlooked album. I feel like if this band stuck around a little longer, they could have gotten to like where Good Riddance and bands like that are like revered, but I think there's only 2, maybe 3 albums. So, but yeah, this album kicks ass. It's gonna be Deviates for me too.
All right.
Was True Brew recorded at Blasting Room? I think so.
Maybe.
I have no idea. If anyone in chat knows, let us know.
I should have just voted. I should have just voted for Deviates here because either one was going to lose to the next record, and then we could have just given them the sweep. I feel bad now, but let's see what Chad has to say.
No, it was good. It was building anticipation. We want disagreements, and who wins? Millencolin at 54%. Deviates,
really?
depending on your native tongue, 46%. So almost 50-50. Very, very close.
The Swedes,
and what are people saying?
The Swedes staying up late to cast their vote.
Yeah.
Matt Solberg says Deviates, Millencolin after Pennybridge ain't for me.
That's an upset too.
Says,
upset.
Yeah,
No.
it is a bit of an upset. Yeah. I am torn here, but give me True Brew. Ken says the Millencolin album is good, but there's not enough ska songs.
That's the best comment. I saw that. Yeah.
Towers Heaven says good going, Elliot. And Lexus Spring says F- for Elliot not doing his research. Hey man, sometimes it happens. And Immortal Coil says the True Brew album art should be in a museum. Honestly, all of Millencolin's album art should be in a museum for being equally terrible. So,
wow. Doug says, "Hey, hey, punk rockers." Hi, Doug.
That was valuable. Hey, Doug.
yeah, always coming in.
You aren't gonna say hi to Doug? Like, what the fuck, man?
Hey, Doug. Hi, Doug. But
Hi, Doug.
Hey, Doug. But Dylan, we've got Bad Religion, New Maps of Hell up against Madball. Hold it down. What do you got to say, bro? Huh?
At the risk of being mauled by a bunch of burly men with pounding creatine, I'm gonna vote for Bad Religion here.
Sounds like
brains over brawn. I love New Maps of Hell.
Sounds like my Friday night. So
yeah.
Let's Bad Religion. Let me do the poll here. John, go ahead and do it. Hold on real quick.
I didn't realize this might be over pretty fast.
Yeah.
We gotta prolong it here.
No, we don't. There's 4 less matches. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We get a nice little evening night.
More time
we can do a little
food
Christmas a little bit more Christmas shopping.
Yeah, we're doing 3 food tier lists now. No, I'm kidding. So, all right, so Bad Religion, New Maps of Hell up against Madball. Hold it down. I mean, I'm gonna go New Maps of Hell. This was like the first Bad Religion record that I ever bought. I mean, there's just so many great songs on this. It's a super solid Bad Religion record. Honestly, underrated. It gets overshadowed by the other 2000s era Bad Religion records, Process and The Empire Strikes First. But I think it's equally as good in a lot of ways, and I think it has some of the strongest production on any Bad Religion record, in my opinion. So I'll go with New Maps of Hell. And John.
Yeah, I've been, like, when I first started saying this, people were shitting all over me, but now I feel like people are coming around. Like, for me, my Bad Religion, Holy Trinity, as somebody who got into them in the late 90s, early 2000s, is Process of Belief, Empire Strikes First, New Maps of Hell. Like, that is a crazy trilogy of records. They all kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
This one is, like, right there with Empire for me. I think this one is awesome. The Madball record is super fun, especially if you're like me and you like fun late 90s rock that's like it's goofy, you don't take it serious. The Madball album, you wouldn't expect it. They play into a lot of it. They're making jokes on the record about the sound. So it's a fun record. It doesn't take itself seriously, but New Maps of Hell kicks ass, so it's going to get my vote.
Very similar to one of the record of the week, Scarhead, Kings of Crime. Yeah. Also a very goofy hardcore, New York hardcore record. But the Madball record is super fun.
Yeah.
So what did somebody say? Maddie Solberg said, Madball, you guys never fuck with hardcore. Well, it made it to round 2. So we fuck with it at least enough to get
top 48 Epitaph album, man. Come on.
Top 48 Epitaph album. So, but Lewis, what do you have to say? New Maps of Hell versus Hold It Down.
Yeah, Hold It Down is pretty good, man. I'll be honest, but I mean, everyone knows my biases here. Like, Bad Religion is my favorite band, and I'm with John. I am a proponent of the original trilogy of Bad Religion, but this is like my prequel trilogy, except I have a way later. But this is Process, Empire, and this one are incredible. I love New Maps. Requiem for Descent is one of my favorite Bad Religion songs. I even love the deluxe edition with the acoustic shit on it. It's really good. It's not even close. It's going to be Bad Religion.
Bad Religion. So that's a full sweep for New Maps of Hell. And what is the chat saying? Bad Religion at 77%, Madball at 23%.
That's surprising.
A solid quarter of Madball right there. I mean, I feel like a lot of people also don't think New Maps of Hell is like a super necessary Bad Religion record to move on, I feel like, as well. So I can see that happening. But what are the people saying? And the Punk Rock Guru says, yes, John, me too. That's my trilogy.
Yes.
So Punk Rock Guru right there with you. And Ken says, it's no New America, but New Maps is cool.
God.
And Downward is Heavenward isn't Bad Religion a hardcore band? I don't know why that was so hard, because Downward is Heavenward isn't into his comment there. So hard name to say, Downward is Heavenward. But all right, we'll move on to the next one here, and we've got this one could be pretty close.
This is the best matchup.
Yeah, this is one of the best early on matchup. Definitely, we've got a Guttermouth covered either Covered with Ants or Covered in Ants. I cannot remember. I think it's Covered with Ants.
Yes.
And Leftover Crack, Mediocre, Generica. This is not that tough for me because it's going to be Leftover Cracks, Mediocre, Generica. Mediocre Generica was probably in like my top 10 records of all time at some point. There is not a single Guttermouth record that is even in my top 25 records of all time. I enjoy Guttermouth. I like them. They're fun to listen to, but I mean, just in comparison, it's I don't know, a 2000s Guttermouth record with some really catchy, fun songs up against like, I don't know, Leftover Cracks, Mediocre, Generica, which just has like, it's a 10 out of 10 record in my opinion. But John, what do you have to say here?
Yeah, this is like for me the toughest matchup of like the whole bracket so far. But real quick, I think No Control is awesome. I just mean like for me getting each album as they come out, that's why it's my trilogy. But yeah, No Control is solid for sure. But Covered in Ants, as Elliot called it, I kind of like that. Versus Mediocre Generica. I said it in the Discord, these came out 6 months apart. So this is pretty cool. Like I bet a lot of people were listening to these at the same time, like the same, maybe not summer because Leftover Crack is September, but same general range. And it's really, really close for me. But I think Mediocre Generica is just barely gonna edge it out. But this is a really, really tough one. I was thinking about it all day listening to these records, but let's go Mediocre Generica.
All right, 2 for Mediocre Generica. And Lewis, you're a big fan. This is your favorite Guttermouth record up against one of your favorite bands.
It is, yeah. John and I texted about this earlier just because, this is the toughest matchup, I think. And this is my favorite Guttermouth record. And I kind of just going off gut feels on this one. I think there's better Leftover Crack records depending on the day. Like, I'm a big Constructs of the State fan, but Mediocre Generica really opened up a whole different branch of punk rock to me when I heard this record and Choking Victim in general. I went down a whole different rabbit hole. It was a much more impactful record for me. So that's definitely the feels on it. For Guttermouth, the one thing I said to John is I think the Leftover Crack B-side has some stinkers on it too, or at least just sludgier stuff that's a little bit more just messing around. But for whatever reason, Cram It Up Your Ass on the Guttermouth side just makes me always think the B-side sucks on Covered with Ants. So I don't know why, even though it is good. I like Black Enforcers, there's good songs on there. Oh man, that was a lot, but I had motions in this one, but I'm going Leftover Crack, so it's going to be 3 going into Dylan.
What? Chug-a-Lug Night is a banger, dude. But,
yeah, it's all right.
It is.
But Dylan.
All right, chat. Let's go. All the Leftover Crack fans are probably watching from the library using the fucking public computers. Guttermouth is going to take it because you guys are going to get it to 75% here. This is not the best Leftover Crack album. The best one is this one.
Fuck World Trade.
That one.
Now we're banned.
9/11, never forget. Well, I gotta say though, Covered with Ants is not my favorite Guttermouth album either, but it's got enough good songs. It's got Secure Horizons, Can I Borrow Some Ambition, Destroying the World, Chug-a-Lug Night. And it's gonna move on because you guys are gonna vote for it. The will of the people cannot be denied.
Apparently, Dylan is not very good at multitasking and looking at the poll because.
Well, no, Dylan's actualizing. Right?
I never look
he's
at the poll.
He's channeling reality. So
yeah,
I respect it.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy here, but it looks like Leftover
Pastor
Crack
Mark
is going to take it. We're not going to even get close to Guttermouth hitting that 75% with Leftover Crack at 57% and Guttermouth at 43%, but a very close poll in chat, almost 50-50.
God damn it.
Dude, it's I'm not
need the close earlier.
This is my favorite Guttermouth record. I'm not happy about it either, but these matchups happen. It's a bummer.
I mean, I will agree with you. Fuck World Trade is better, but I would say probably every Leftover Crack record is better than every Guttermouth record, in my opinion.
Wow.
I'm probably there with you on that statement. To be fair,
yeah. I like Guttermouth. I'm not hating on them. I enjoy them. It just is what it is. So. But what are people in chat saying? And Douglas Shell says Leftover Crack was an inside job. That's right. Fuck World Trade, a record dedicated to the troops. Crash and Bleed says the man knows a great album when he sees it. Tim Kaiser says Guttermouth over Leftover Crack all day. And Fallets says Born to Die, and this one sounds like a Christmas song. Yeah, it was definitely better on Choky Victim. So
Who banned
right.
who banned Fallets too? Somebody unbanned the guy from Discord. Who did that?
Wait, someone banned Fallets?
Yeah, that's what he said. Who banned you, man?
Oh. I never banned him. From Discord, the only people that could do it is us four right here or Immortal Coil. Immortal Coil, did you ban Fallets?
He said he was
And
getting Club Penguined, he said. He got banned.
For the record, I have never banned anyone from the Discord.
Me neither. I've never banned anyone.
For the record, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
For the record, I don't know how to do it, so I just wanted it out there. Go on.
Crash and Bleed says Elliot likes Guttermouth, but not the Vandals. Yes. I don't know. I feel like they're not the same band.
I think liking Guttermouth and not the Vandals is like the right way to live your life, mostly.
Oh my god, I almost just sent Purplish Rain like $6,000 instead of $60 on Venmo. Holy fuck.
Nice. All right. For his services that he supplied with
you. Got me a bootleg MXPX record.
Mortal Coil says, I'm drunk with power. I mean, did you ban him? I have to check the bans. Fallets might be just dumb. Oh, Discord banned him. It's not us. Yeah.
Oh,
Discord
okay. All right.
Dude, watch your
You probably did something pretty bad, man. Shit. I never heard of someone getting banned by Discord.
I have. So you just gotta be careful, buddy. So but let's move on to the next one here. I feel like this is actually a really solid matchup, John, and I'm curious what you have to say. We've got NoFX's Heavy Petting Zoo up against Pennywise self-titled. And what do you think of these two records, John?
Yeah, I think both of these are not nearly close to the best by either band. It's kind of like middling. Good records by both, but like, I mean, it is what it is. But I think Heavy Petting Zoo is leagues better than the self-titled Pennywise. I had commented in the Discord, like some of the guitar solos on this Pennywise record, it's like, why are they even there? It's like just kind of noodling around. It's like, it's fun to see where Pennywise came from, but like, I don't think this is a great record. I think they put out a few great records a few years after this. The NoFX one's interesting. It's underrated. There's a lot of great songs on here. It's darker, more like slowed down, mid-tempo NoFX. It's interesting in the catalog. But like, I definitely listen to Heavy Petting Zoo way more than Pennywise self-titled. So let's do HPZ.
All right. And Lewis, what do you have to say of Pennywise versus HPZ?
I'm like, this is another hard one for me to pick. I agree with most of John's sentiment. Like, I mean, obviously the Heavy Petting Zoo is a much more developed record. I mean, and also I think NoFX had been a band for like 14 years by the time this record came out. And this is Pennywise's first full length. Like they've been a band for like 2-3 years. So I'm putting that in context. With that in mind though, wow, NoFX took a long time to become a good band, didn't they? But this Pennywise record definitely has great songs on it, but the production quality isn't very good in the original release. I'm glad that they remastered it slightly better. I agree with John, a lot of noodling guitars. Great songs don't make a great record, though. I mean, it's a good record, but it's not as good as Heavy Petting Zoo. I'm going NoFX again, despite my gut feel that I would be a Pennywise boy, but NoFX.
All right, Dylan, what do you got to say of these two records?
If I was a mean person, I would comment on how long Lewis went on there about this, like he did to me for whatever album it was. I don't know.
He's been holding on to that for a while, Lewis. So
I mean, the fact of just saying he could have done it is like doing it. So
I think my favorite one time
mission accomplished
was
that's the first instance of that happening.
Lewis was like doing the let's hurry up and talk about this thing, but then he just decided to go on like the normal length of time he would talk about something. It was pretty funny.
Long story short, 10 minutes later. Anyway, fuck, man.
No effect.
I don't know.
Which of these records?
I'm doing artistry, Dylan. Go by artistry.
Pennywise.
Really? Ooh, wow.
You're going Pennywise?
I'm a fan of shitty noodly guitar solos.
I love self-titled. Don't get me wrong. This is just not the best matchup it could have had.
I know John was hating on the guitar playing, but like John's just projecting because he sucks at guitar. That's what's going on here.
John is an excellent guitarist. Fuck you.
I'm sure he is.
That's my guitar player, man.
I will say this. I probably listen to these records like equally as often. I think the Pennywise one, when I just want like that early 90s, just like skate punk Pennywise sound, I feel like this one, it just doesn't disappoint. There is just kind of banger after banger after banger. It starts off with Wouldn't It Be Nice, which is a classic, The Secret, Open Door, you've got Fun and Games, Kodiak, Rules made up by you. It's good.
So good.
It's super fun. And the best bro hymns on here. I probably have only listened to the remastered one, so I don't know how shit it sounded before, but I think the remastered makes it sound really nice. I actually really like the sounds on this Pennywise record. And I've said negative things about this NoFX record, but it is ambitious, and I say it sometimes potentially is the best NoFX record because it has like some of the most interesting like guitar riffs and some of the most interesting writing, like Release the Hostages, Freedom Like a Shopping Cart, Drop the World's one of my favorite NoFX's song. And one of my favorite NoFX songs. I don't know. Is it 50-50 right now? I'll side with Dylan, and we'll see what happens in the chat. I'll go Pennywise.
Oh my god.
Can I borrow some of that NoFX ambition?
Let's see what happens here. We'll give it a second here. It is super close. It is 48 to 52%.
Come on, guys.
NoFX versus Pennywise. So we're going to give it a little bit more. How many people are watching? 43 watching, only 29 votes. So let's give a couple more votes here, and I'll read the chat while we're waiting to see what happens.
And remember, friends, you're voting for the album, not the band.
Voting for the album, not the band. Yes, that's correct. Maybe I should put the albums, but I thought people would know.
I'm just saying people generally this is to them it's NoFX versus Pennywise, not.
So what are people saying here?
Dylan just said that, and NoFX took the lead. Keep talking, Dylan. It's good. No,
yeah.
So Immortal Coil says we heard you the first time, Elliot. Did I repeat myself a bunch or something like that? Immortal Coil.
NoFX's
pot shots at me in the chat here. All right, buddy. So.
You missed a comment earlier. You missed a comment earlier that it was like Elliot versus Words. That was a good comment.
Was that from Immortal Coil? Typical.
I don't remember who said it, but it was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
I struggle with words. It's every night. It's a battle with me and words. Trust me, I already know. Fireside says Heavy Petting Zoo is overthought from what Fat Mike said. Overthought. What? Like they overthought it?
Thought out or something.
Okay. Maybe. Immortal Coil says it was Doug, but I wish it was me. That's it. Somebody's getting their mod privileges revoked.
Good job, Doug. That was a quality joke that we all loved.
I know. Fletcher will pummel your guitar and Fat Mike. So that's that. We should judge this on who we think the lead singer
would win in a fight.
Yeah, like a death match scenario. NoFX versus Pennywise. So I mean, definitely Pennywise. But let's go to the chat here. We've got some more votes coming in, and it looks like it has swung from Pennywise to NoFX. With NoFX at 55%, Pennywise at 45%. I don't feel too bad about it. I feel pretty equally about these records, so totally fine with that. And let's
now
move on.
John gets a bunch of angry Instagram comments on the next post because you guys fucked this over.
I don't read them anyway.
We have more Pennywise records coming up anyway. It's fine.
I know. I'm just saying.
This is one of my
straight ahead, right? We have straight ahead. We have what else is left?
I want to say I like the only comments on the Instagram post for the Lex and Jake video. Some fucking guy saying "yikes."
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? What a jackass.
It just means he disagrees, probably. A very sassy way to say it, though. I mean, if you're a grown adult, you really shouldn't say the word "yikes." But let's move on
to
the
fucking guy.
Somebody had told me who blocked me though. I'm less than Jake.
Whoa. Are you gonna reveal it here?
I'm trying to. It's not any of the major guys, and it's not the new drummer. It's It's not Chris. It's not Roger. It's not Buddy.
Did they say why?
It's JR blocked me. I don't know why, but I did get.
He's kind of moody.
I did get confirmation it was JR who blocked me. So.
Oh my god! Wow. So everybody at JR. No,
He's kind of sensitive. Maybe I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't know nothing of the sensitivity levels of the Less Than Jake members.
I
But
didn't really like that
He's-
saxophone line on.
Yeah, I was gonna
song.
say. I mean, that's like kind of a power play by a saxophonist. But we should
I
move
know,
on.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Doug says free John. I agree. Let's get some free Johns in the chat. Immortal Coil with the yikes. So
Yeah, yikes! It's right.
Yikes.
Or maybe
All
he
right.
said I didn't really like Spring Heel Jack that much. Because he was in that band.
Oh, was he?
Anyway, what's
Oh,
next?
man sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, we got Lewis.
Sorry.
We've got Bad Religion. The Empire Strikes First up against Deviates. Time is the distance. I'm sure you've debated this long and hard. And what do you have to say?
Don't say long and hard. Well, let's say.
Say it long and hard.
Yeah, I mean, we already said a lot about these records so far, and I mean, the Deviates is a really good record. I didn't vote for it against Millencolin, unfortunately. I was with the people on that one, but I'm definitely going. I'm definitely going Empire here. So it's a really great record. It's one of the best Bad Religion records versus a really great, but not enough record. So Dylan, was that short enough for you?
Holy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Today, Junior.
I know. Tick tock, dude. It's almost 8. I'm just kidding now. Dylan, Bad Religion, Deviates. Let's go.
The Deviates had an extremely respectable run, deservedly so. It deserves to be here, but unfortunately, they are going to fall to the Religion, which is bad because the Empire Strikes First runs laps around. Time is the distance.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes!
Yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, I think I like this Bad Religion record a lot more than the Deviates record. So, probably the first Bad Religion song I ever heard. Well, there's 2 of them. It was American Jesus, and then Let Them Eat War. And oh my gosh, I had Let Them Eat War on repeat when I heard that song. And that song alone made me a Bad Religion fan, which made me a fan of this record. And this is an awesome record. It starts off with Sinister Rouge, probably one of the greatest opening tracks by a punk band. And so I think I'm going to go Bad Religion.
Elliot.
Respectable run. What's up?
Elliot, I want you to piss off Dylan. Where were you when you first heard Let Them Eat War? You remember?
How would
Tell
that
an
piss me
anecdote.
off?
I don't know.
I want him to go on.
Oh, I was in my friend Sam. He made me this Burn CD and he played it for me. I was in his room, and
you guys
he put
touched
it on.
each other's penises while you were
There was no
listening?
penis touching. We've never touched penises.
This is what I was secretly hoping was
So-
going to happen. But yeah, all right.
Yeah, there was no penis
I'm
touching.
spicing it up, man.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe he thought about it. Looking back on it, I think he might have had a crush on me. I'm not really sure. I'm really bad at picking up signals, but he could have had a crush on me. I'm not really sure. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe I'll come back to it on the next one. But John, do you want to say your opinion?
That was
Man.
the best. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
God, follow that one with the penis touching.
Who had swordplay on the bingo card tonight? But
Whose dick were you looking at when you
Well,
first heard?
Jay Will says I'm talking about dicks all the time in the Discord. I don't remember doing it, but this is not making me look good right now. So,
oh my god. Yeah, let's just take a moment to write the epilogue for Deviates, who had a great run. It's a great album. If you guys don't know, I said it before, but they put out an EP a couple years ago called Holding Out. It was after a 20-year absence. It's really good. I think it's got 5 or 6 new songs. So if you're just watching this bracket and you're like, oh, this Deviates record is badass and I want more, there is more. And hopefully we get a full length soon.
Is that other thing not a full-length album?
It's not a full
What's
length.
the other thing?
There's
another thing.
There's My Life that was before this on Theologian, but
Oh, I thought this was an album. So yeah, 7 songs.
yeah. So go check if you like this. Go check out Holding Out. It's badass. But this is the best Bad Religion album. I'll upset all the old heads in the chat like I do every time. The best drums on any Bad Religion album. I saw someone shout out Brooks already. This is like an untouchable masterpiece of a record. So let's move on. Empire Strikes First. Great album name too.
Right.
Another
Yeah,
fun
yes.
fact: the Deviates' current drummer is in Strung Out.
Oh
Daniel
my gosh,
Bloom.
Dylan, you need to quit yapping, dude. We got chat to
fact.
read. I'm kidding. Well, we've got Bad Religion at 85% and the Deviates at 15%. So a little bit of love for the Deviates. Doug was championing the Deviates to defeat Bad Religion. Doug, known Bad Religion hater, hates Bad Religion. So, which is fine. You don't have to like them. And Crash and Bleed says Brooks is unstoppable.
Yes.
Solberg said Bad Religion against the grain, move on in the bracket.
I think it. Yeah, I'm almost positive it did.
I
Right
thought it
now.
was
No,
no
it
control.
lost to the Lindas.
It didn't. It did not. It lost to Anchors Away. It was very controversial.
Yeah.
Oh, then I voted for it. You guys did it.
Yeah,
right?
you voted for it. Yeah.
It lost to Orange.
Danzig's cat says. His cat says Lewis and Doug need to get a room. Yeah, you guys are.
I don't know. I don't know why.
You guys are always being a little flirty. I always see it. So it's kind of weird, dude. But let's move on to that. Dylan, we've got Bad Religion, New Maps of Hell up against a NoFX record whose name I don't know. I think it's self-titled. And what do you have to say of these two records?
What?
But yeah. I can't tell if that's a joke.
Is it a joke? You just don't want to say it?
I just don't want to say all the slurs.
White
Go
trash,
ahead,
two beeps, and a beep.
Yeah, 2 beeps and a beep. Yeah. I don't. Works good.
I don't
enough.
think most of the general populace knows what the second word even means, honestly. I think it's pretty obscure.
It's sounds offensive though. So
Yes. Okay. Anyway,
go ahead, Dylan.
I'm pretty torn here, honestly, but unpopular choice most likely. I'm gonna vote for Bad Religion once again.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do that.
What's your reasoning? And where were you when you first heard NoFX record?
Yes, I was in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Really? Unless they just stick it in my eye.
Yes,
Dylan, were you a bottom of the ball
I
pit
forgot
guy?
that song.
You strike me as a bottom of the ball pit kid.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
What is a bottom of the ball pit kid?
It's like one of those kids who like lays low and like jumps out at other kids to kind of freak them out.
Oh, you're the kid who gets left behind. The parents
Stop projecting your childhood traumas on me, Lewis.
I think Lewis was a bottom of the ball pit kid. Yeah.
I forgot sticking in my eyes on the NoFX album. Actually, shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of fucking rippers.
Yeah. I no. I mean, I'll stand by my choice. New Maps of Hell.
Morocco said this album title made Elliot so mad he dyed his hair blue, got a nose ring, and is moving to San Francisco, Portland. Not moving to San
And
Francisco.
said Bobby isn't even on that Bad Religion album. That's true. It would be better if he was.
All right, but
that was a good Guttermouth reference. Circle back, but yeah, go on.
All right, we got No Maps of Hell up against White Trash. I feel like it's pretty tough because I love a lot of songs on this NoFX record, but it's not like my favorite NoFX album. But, and it's a very good Bad Religion album overall. I think there's a few songs in here, like what is the one? I Want to Be Your Baby, which is like an absolutely terrible NoFX song, is on here. I don't know. It's also very like weird. Fat Mike already had some weird fetish content going on way back on this record. Lies and Louise, I think, is an overrated song. The Bag is great. I don't know. It's pretty tough to say. I think overall though, I would probably revisit White Trash over New Maps of Hell. For Sold Out, for the strength off the first 4 tracks alone, I think are very strong. So I'll go White Trash. We'll see what happens.
Jesus,
John.
man.
Sorry.
Another Elliot.
I really didn't know. I wasn't.
What did
sure
he pick? I don't even know. I was half paying attention.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the track list.
I think he picked Newfound Glory, Radio Surgery.
I picked Radio Surgery. I picked White Trash. So go ahead, John. Make it short and sweet here.
I always do, man. I'm very concise about these things because I don't think this is that hard. I think this NoFX record, it's got Sold Out, Sticking in My Eye, You're Bleeding. There's some great songs on here, but I think front to back, New Maps of Hell is a superior record. Personally, like right now I'm way more likely to listen to New Maps. It's got so many badass songs. Bad Religion's still rocking after all these years, and NoFX just finding their footing. So I'm gonna go New Maps. I'm with Dylan.
All right.
Lewis. I'm with John, man. I mean, I love this record too. I love the NoFX record, but I mean, just listen to these. I mean, I Want to Be Your Baby, Johnny Appleseed, Bugly Eyes, and Straight Edge. Those are like 4 songs.
Yeah, they're skips.
So,
Bugly
I mean,
Eyes
that's
at the end though. You can't count Bugly Eyes. It's
it's a record. I mean, it's on the record. What is the total track list here? 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so we're talking a quarter of this record almost is a skip.
You know what loungecore cover of Minor Threat did?
Listen, man. All I'm saying is it has its
the
charm.
first time I heard it.
Yeah, now it's not, but it obviously this has classics on it. It's a great record, but
yeah,
is it a better record than New Maps of Hell? Definitely not. So I'm going Bad Religion. So
we'll go
Bad
Religion.
So validated. Maddie asks if this Bad Religion album was a Taco Bell menu item, what would it be? It'd be a Crunch Wrap Supreme, the old reliable.
The old reliable. It would be the nacho fries.
Let's see. Trash.
Easy Fiesta potatoes.
The Fiesta potatoes are way better than nacho fries.
Appreciate it.
So who wins? Bad Religion, 52%. NoFX, 48%.
Yeah.
Almost a 50-50.
That's a big
I was hoping
upset.
for a tiebreaker right there. But I don't think it's that big of an upset.
I feel like I made everyone feel... I feel like I made everyone else feel comfortable admitting
yes, I agree
this
with
is the
you.
better album.
I thought I was going to be on an island, yeah.
You thought I was going to pick this NoFX over Bad Religion?
I thought, like, I always think of you as like a 80s to early 90s Bad Religion fan. I forget that you have a lot. Well, I know you like all of it, but you know what I mean. This is
he's just a big old Bad Religion fan.
We just eliminated the number 8 seed in the entire bracket, so it's definitely an upset.
Oh, I see you got
the 25 seed taking out the 8 seed.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, let's see what the chat is saying, and some people are mad. A few people are. Blair McMacken says, "I'm mad," so that's one.
Okay.
So, Ken said, "That gave me whiplash, Elliot. Sorry, I was lost in my thoughts there. It happens sometimes. I'll try my best." Blair McMacken,
you know what, Elliot? I love your meanderings, so just keep them going. They're good.
Thank you, man. I try not to. Sometimes it just happens. Maddie Solberg says, "Ha ha." Gabe Hill says, "I Want to Be Your Baby" is awesome. White Trash is perfect from start to finish. All right. It's a great record. I don't know if it's perfect. It would be pretty low on my NoFX tier list, I feel like. I'm not a huge fan of White Trash, but it is what it is.
Gabe, perfect is like an established word that has a
definitive
real definition, and I don't think you're adhering to it.
And if you look it up in the dictionary, White Trash, 2 beeps and a beep by NoFX is right there. So, but let's move on to a pretty insane matchup here, which we've got the Offspring Smash up against Leftover Cracks Mediocre Generica. And I don't know, I feel like it's pretty tough. I listened to Smash a lot when I was younger. I remember renting Smash, and not renting, I guess borrowing it from the library and listening to it quite often. But it doesn't have as strong a place in my heart as Leftover Cracks and Mediocre Generica does. I don't think so. I think I am going to go. Let me just double check some track list here, because we got, Nazi White Trash is an absolute banger. Atheist Anthem, Gay Rude Boys Unite, Crack City Rockers. It's an insane record. It's up against probably the biggest release from Epitaph, which has, Come Out and Play, which I think is an excellent radio hit, honestly. I think it's a great song. But I always find there's a lot of songs in here that I just don't go back to, I don't remember, and I don't revisit Smash as much. But I understand it was iconic for the time. But I'm going Leftover Crack. And John, what do you have to say here?
I want to just check my mic is like really peaking, so I'm sorry to everyone's eardrums out there. If
it sounds
usually
it's every time you talk, I'm like, oh god.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's fixed now. But there's no dude. I love Leftover Crack. I think this is a great record, but this is Smash. Like, if I had to think of like 5 records that made me and like listen to punk all these years, like Smash is in that top 5. It's like one of the first records one of the first punk albums I ever heard. Like by far, it was this and Dookie, and like Elliot. I mean, you got Bad Habit, Gotta Get Away, Something to Believe In, Come Out and Play, Self Esteem, Killboy Powerhead. Like it's a really good album, and yeah, now I'm whispering. I don't know what's going on with my mic. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Smash.
Not sure I would throw Killboy Powerhead in that mix.
I like Killboy. I like it.
All right.
Are we? Am I going or did you go, Elliot?
Going. You're up.
We're gonna wait.
I picked Mediocre Generica. John picked Smash, and it's on to you now.
Well, yeah.
You're an Offspring lover. What do you have to say?
Yes, I am a known Offspring lover. Smash is the second CD that I owned on that format. So the first was Dookie. Oh, maybe it was the third, along with the Lion King soundtrack. So very good company, my first group of CDs. And yeah, I think Smash is a pretty good record. I think it is very overrated. I think it's fine. I think the radio hits are very good, and I personally don't think it really stands up that well, and I just don't really love the Offspring that much. Sorry, guys. I know people really got their dicks hard for the Offspring, but it's just not, I don't get it. So I'm going with the Crackheads, playing out of a squat, recording garbage songs, and people calling them hot garbage in the track because it's a way better record. So, yeah, Leftover Crack, Mediocre Generica. Let Dylan pick Offspring, and then let the crowd pick Offspring. That's fine.
We have no clue what Dylan's going to do. Dylan, what are you going to do?
You forgot to mention they're chained to the radiator, from the back of the food stamp line, all that stuff. I agree that Smash has not held up incredibly well, and that its reputation precedes itself a little bit, especially like you have the iconic album cover and like massive songs like Come Out and Play, obviously, and Self Esteem.
They rule. The album, I mean, like the radio hits are bangers. Like, I mean, no one's gonna deny that. They're incredible. So, but yeah, Dylan, sorry.
No, that's fine. I still think that I like it more than the Leftover Crack album. Like I said, I like Fuck World Trade. Like, I think that album is miles ahead of Mediocre Generica, and I like that a lot more. So even I don't know. I feel okay with picking Smash here. I think it is true though. It is mostly filler, but when it peaks. It really peaks like crazy good.
I don't think it's that much filler. I think I just like Mediocre Generica a lot more.
No, I think it's a lot of filler.
I like Killboy Powerhead. I know you don't like that song.
I think a lot of the Offspring records are filler, guys. I'm sorry. I think, Ixnay's like the best one.
You have the huge songs, and then you have a bunch of songs that like sound similar to them, but don't have the same hook that like Bad Habit does.
I mean, Nitro Youth Energy is like a banger on there, but as well. But I mean, I don't want to just say that it's like a bad record. I like the Leftover Crack record a lot more, but I think Smash is like an excellent record still. But let's see what the chat has to say. What does the chat have to say? Because it is tied 50-50. That means chat is going to be the deciding factor in whether the Offspring go home or continue on. Offspring being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, someone's gonna have a fucking aneurysm here.
No, it's gonna advance. We got a crowd of Offspring lovers, so I was never worried.
I don't know.
And it's Leftover Crack at 32%.
No
Offspring at 68%. So the Offspring have moved on. And what are the people saying? There's a lot of people talking and chatting and giving criticisms and all sorts of things. Let's see here. Let me go up a little bit. Matt Solberg says Smash is the Dr. Pepper of music. Is Dr.
Pepper's decent.
I like Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's good, yeah.
Is it bad or is it bland?
Universally enjoyed, I guess.
Scott says it's older than Elliot, probably.
Sure.
I think it's older than Dylan. It's not older. It's like we're like almost the same age, me and Smash. Crash and Bleed says, "Love me some crack." And Immortal Coil says from all the way in the back of the food stamp line. Yeah, it's straight out of motherfucking rehab.
I have a comment I'd like to read.
Go ahead.
Ashhole666. Shout
That's a
out to
great
you,
name.
buddy. Barf. If this is the best punk music you have heard, get into the underground. Have you watched the channel, brother? Please shut the fuck up.
Well, when they say underground, they just mean shitty crust bands nobody gives a fuck about at all. So that's
People
what the
who
underground is.
don't pay taxes, don't
You
have a
gotta-
home address.
If it's not a neo crustcore, it's not underground enough. So I'm looking for
It's a shame all those bands didn't put out records on Epitaph.
I know.
There's one, which is the point of this fucking tier. There was one comment from Arthur Lim. Who does Lewis hate more, The Offspring or No Use for a Name? So
The Offspring,
I
definitely.
just want to take a second. Yeah, I don't hate either of the bands, but I do think that No Use for a Name is a significantly, and I mean significantly, better band than The Offspring. The Offspring are very good at writing they're very good at writing a radio song. So no doubt on that.
By the way, Murderholics in the chat already breaking his fast from
He
the
said he was going to show up for the stream, so thank you for showing up, Murderholics. You're a beloved member of the Discord and the channel.
His
and
dad
we
probably
react
heard
to your-
some of the stupid shit I said, or overheard it, and was like, "What the fuck are you watching? Get the fuck out of there!"
Yeah, he's like, look, you can watch it when it's when that Dylan guy's not on.
What's
So-
all this homoerotic shit I'm hearing coming from your?
Yeah, did we Immortal Coil, did we ever clip out Dylan saying cock and balls? Because that would we really need that voice clip. So, but this is it. This is the four going on to the finals. We've got NoFX, Heavy Petting Zoo, Bad Religion, The Empire Strikes First, Bad Religion, New Maps of Hell, and Offspring, Smash. So somebody had to have nailed this prediction. So I guarantee you. I feel like this was, I don't know, it could have gone 50-50 with the leftover crack, and I felt like the Pennywise NoFX is pretty close. Everything
Deviates.
else I expect.
I think Deviates is a bit of a surprise too.
Oh, over True Brew?
No, and Colin,
yeah, I think so. So,
Millencolin.
but yeah, that's all we have for tonight. No, it's not, because we have to react to 4 final of Spotify raps. We have a few Spotify raps that we missed because Lewis had to go to the bathroom.
He had to go to Kohl's. He had to go to Kohl's.
He had to get a
Let's get it
Kohl's.
right.
Yeah.
That Coles is tonight. Yeah, I had to go to my folks' house to help them with housework. Jesus Christ.
Tonight's stream is sponsored by Kohl's. Everybody gets free Kohl's cash.
His cat was really itching for some loving, and Lewis had
use code cock and ball torture at checkout for your free Kohl's cash.
That's my personal code. But yeah, let's move on to this. Who do we got?
All right. So who is this?
Oh my
It should
god!
be-
I don't know if I
I
can
can
see
find
it. Oh,
I'll see if
it's Snot Punk. Snot
Punk. So this is Snot Punk's Spotify Wrapped. So what is this? His top 5 songs, which is the Dead Milkmen, Bloodhound Gang, the White Stripes, the Dead Milkmen, and the Growlers. Kind of a goofy little top 5 songs right there.
Yeah, pretty
Snot
goofy.
Punk's kind of a fun guy.
There we go. Like
So,
I think. Oh, where there was. There you go.
there it is. Wait, go back to his artist.
Yeah.
So we've got your top artist is Korn, Tyler the Creator, System of a Down, The Garden, Insane Clown Posse. What is this? Immortal Coil's
This
top
is
5
it's kind of
artists?
crazy. So, Snot Punk, you might be like, because Korn and System of a Down are going on tour, and the tickets are $330 a piece. So I was gonna take my wife to go
Right.
see it, but yeah, but I was like, yeah, we'll watch it on YouTube the next day. $330 a piece.
That's all.
Yeah.
And Matt Solberg just said, "Yikes!"
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man. It's not nice. I maybe
Yikes.
we might like the Insane Clown Posse if somebody explained the Dark Carnival to
I mean,
us. I don't really
like
get it. So.
I mean, Insane Clown Posse is always shitty, but it's it's fun, I guess.
Dude, I would
least-
love to be a fly on the wall at like a
You know what?
Juggalo
I
festival.
I would go to the gathering
Right.
pretty easily.
I have some
Yeah.
Fago in the kitchen, actually.
In another life, Dylan is a juggalo. By
They sell Fago in
I
Florida.
have some Fago Rocket Pop, I think it's called.
Rocket Pop. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Right
I had
there.
Fago in Detroit, but yeah, shout out to Bill
Also-
Z. We went to high school with, hardcore juggalo, good guy. All right.
I like Tyler the Creator when he was just like a kind of cringy edgelord. Now he just gets like dick rided by hipsters all day long. So, but we'll move on to the next one. John.
All right,
We never
almost.
gave it a rate. We never gave it
Oh.
a rating.
Oh wait.
5.
I lost it.
You,
I
I
lost
like
it.
Korn.
You
I
know-
like System of a Down.
you don't listen to the same 5 Fat Records and Epitaph bands as everyone else. So
I know
mean,
you need to
0.
listen to. You need to have your top 5 be MXPX, Less Than Jake, Screeching Weasel.
System of a Down rules. They're pretty good. Insane Cloud Posse, not for me. Korn,
I
not for
respect
me,
it, though.
really. I'll give a 4.
That song, Homies, it always gets stuck in my head. I'm talking about homies,
Dude.
homies, da 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 da. I'll give it a 4 too.
We almost made it an episode without Elliot fucking singing.
Yeah,
And
I
Aw.
have to sing, dude. You can't not have my beautiful voice.
Somebody, we
All
need
right.
to make a live stream bingo card. We have to do it. Gay joke, Elliot singing, Twin Towers joke. What else? What else happens
Dylan
every
talking
stream?
with food in his mouth.
Communism. Yeah, tonight was
Chester,
Whales.
Lewis's cat fucking
Of
up.
which I am.
yeah, Chester Bennington.
Chester Bennington. Oh man, I feel like ska has to get shit on at some point.
Yeah, Millencolin being a ska band. That should be a recurring
Yeah.
theme. Okay,
All right.
So
let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll just.
yeah,
I'll-
Dylan eating sunflower seeds. Murderholics is yelling at me. We don't yell at you. We stop.
No.
We talk sternly.
I'll give
What's
this.
the next one?
I'll give this a 3 because I still think "Follow the Leader" is a great record. All these years
A
later.
banger.
All right. We got Almost Punk Enough up next.
All right. So almost punking up. Number 1, The Menzingers. Number 2,
10
The
out of
Lawrence
10.
Arms. Number 3, Alkaline Trio. Number 4, Blink-182. Number 5, Green Day. I just want to say some people would consider you almost punk enough, but not quite. It's, all these poser bands. Songs are Good Things, I believe, by The Menzingers. Deep Sleep, I'm not sure who that is.
Metalhead in the Parking Lot Slapstick, I think.
Is it? Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Stupid Kid, Alkaline, right?
Hardcore.
I mean, I like all of these bands quite a bit. A good bit. I don't listen to Alkaline all that often. I would give this a 9 out of 10, bro. Good job. You listen to bands I like.
I'm
John.
sorry, but you committed the cardinal sin of listening to the Menzingers, and therefore I'm giving you a 0.
You know what? Actually, a 10. Bump mine up to a 10, John. I know the scores matter.
All right. I'll give it a 0 points for Menzingers, 1 for Lawrence Arms, 2 for Alkaline Trio, 1 for Blink, 2 for Green Day. So that's a 6. I'll give it a 6. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to do a similar approach. I'm going to give 1 Menzingers, 2 for Lawrence Arms. I'm going to give 2 for Alkalines. That's 5. 1 for Blink, 6. And then I'll give 1.5 for Green Day. So 7.5 for me. Good list.
All right.
We
Good
don't-
job, dude.
All right, we got I think only 2 left, which is great. This is
there's only 2 left.
this is our buddy Connor's 707. We did his I think
this
we did
is
his
YouTube.
top 10. Oh, there's some good
Yeah.
stuff on here.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
So we've got the odorants. I can't see the whole thing.
Yeah,
but
it's
we got
it's
the-
cutting off.
yeah.
So the first one's
It's all good.
It's Car Radio is the first one.
okay. That's a great.
Radio.
That's like probably like my favorite song on that odorants record.
Our
so.
radio.
All This Time by The Story So Far. I think it's one of the better songs off that I Want to Disappear. Another odorants and a lot of No Guidance as well.
Record of the
So-
week.
Also,
Dying Scene exclusive premiere.
also
No Guidance.
Act Violently by Soft Play. That Soft Play record, Heavy Jelly, is a banger if you like the Gallows. Very similar in my opinion. A little bit different, but
Do we only have songs or artists?
I
That's
think
it.
it's just his song. He said he couldn't find bands or albums, that he only could find. This is YouTube Music, I believe. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, if I'm looking at what you're listening to and judging it, I think it's pretty good. A lot of newer bands we talked about on Record of the Week, and bands we've been talking about. We've been hyping up Deodorants for a while now. It's a great record.
And
So
Frank Turner, of course.
I never, to be honest, I'm not a big Frank Turner guy. I know a lot of people are.
Isn't that Pep Talk? Wasn't that John? Wasn't that one of your like Rowan Score ones?
Yeah,
Pep Talk?
I have a. I'll just flex right here. I have a 1 of 1 Pep Talk vinyl. So
Whoa,
big.
Damn.
I like that being on there. No Guidance kicks ass. Friends of the channel. The Odorants kicks ass. I don't know Soft Play, and I don't like Frank Turner. So I'll give it 6 and let's go 7 for the Pep Talk inclusion.
I'll go 8.
the planet poster. It's a very good question.
10 for the Odorants.
Wait, what's up?
We're just questioning.
He lives in an 8th grade classroom.
My planet poster. I like that planet poster. It's really nice. It's like actually painted.
Does it have Does it have what was the Pluto? Does it have Pluto on it?
It
Or
does.
It does have Pluto. It's right over there.
Vintage.
Yeah, it's like actually painted, like hand painted.
It's
not a poster.
Right off
It's
camera.
got a frame and everything.
Right off camera is one of those emergency showers. If Elliot gets any acid in his eyes.
I remember when Pluto was deplanetized. That was a dark day in our nation's history. Everything started going wrong then.
I like space. I like the planets. All right, I'm like the Andy from Toy Story. Or
I can't tell you how many times, like in the day, I'm thinking of trying to remember all the planets, and I wish I had a poster behind me of them. So I'm with you.
I can't tell you how many times a day I lament the passing of
planets, John. That's ridiculous. It's a nice thing. If you want me to change my poster, you just let me know. I'll put up a NoFX poster or something. It's not punk enough for you? The planets?
Dude, planets are punk as fuck, man. You got to leave that up.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, real talk. I do go out and do some like stargazing.
Oh
sometimes,
yeah,
and planets are fun to watch.
Lewis has to go to Coles as well, so we should wrap.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying I enjoy the planets. I was offering
He's
you
sharing
things.
his hobbies with us.
Jesus
in confidence.
Christ.
This is the last one. I got
6 out of 10.
Don't worry, Lewis. We're getting there, all right.
Yeah. I'm watching
6
Goat.
out of
I
10.
know you hate reacting to Spotify raps.
Has anyone in the
going to Coles.
has anyone in the chat seen the Czech Republic animated movie Goat Story? Because I'm watching the sequel right after this.
What are you talking about?
Go Google Goat Story Czech Republic animated movie.
I feel like you're gonna get some very bad search results if you look up Goat Story on Google.
Also, Google Goatsy, Czech
Goatsy.
Republic.
You have to watch it.
Real quick, Matt Zollberg again with the less than Jake. Yikes! Sorry, I just saw that. But I'll check out what is it? Goat Story?
Yeah, don't really. It's,
Goatsy story.
Is it like so bad as good? Are we talking like The Room or something? Like,
Oh,
or
yeah.
Neil Breen?
it's
Okay,
worse. It is worse.
Me
than
and my
that.
girl will watch it then. So we've been we watched Alice in Terrorland this year, and that's pretty
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah,
Good
it was
movies.
awesome.
I just saw Smile 2, and that was excellent. If somebody wants a good horror movie,
Really,
but
I the first
yeah.
one was decent.
Yeah, I didn't like the
Pretty
first
good.
one.
Yeah, if you haven't seen The Substance, a horror movie of the year right now, in my opinion. So, excellent film. But let's see here. We've got The Descendants, Guttermouth, The Vandals, all and Less Than Jake. You know, like you got to pick one. You can't just have all and The Descendants up there. So, I mean, I like all of these. I'll say this: there's like 4 bands here that I like, I don't love, and 1 that I love. So, which is Less Than Jake. So I'll give this a 6.
Ooh.
So I think they're all solid bands, though. So I'll give it a 7. I like Guttermouth. So
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It would be an 11 if Less Than Jake was in the top spot.
So
And All is a great band. So I like that.
Lewis.
I'll give it a
I gotta
9.
get the
There's-
polls, so
Dude, chill the fuck out.
I'm kidding.
Buy me a Ramones t-shirt while you're there, please. They have them.
They do have them.
I wear a 2X. I'm a big boy.
They sell Descendants t-shirts at the Kohl's.
They not yet, but yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 9. I think this is a really good list. I like all these bands, and I appreciate that the Descendants are higher than all. If it was the opposite way, I would have been very upset. So, John, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 9 Kohl's Cash dollars for me. I like all these bands. I would do Less Than Jake number 1, Guttermouth 2, Descendants 3, Vandals 4, all 5 if it was me. But I like all these bands, so let's go with a 9. Good list.
All right.
All is the Pluto of punk bands. They do not get the respect they're due.
All is the Pluto of punk bands.
Yeah, they've been demoted to a planetoid rather than a full planet. So,
is there a band that's very similar to them but better? A planet? I mean,
Planet Descendants. Yeah,
the Planet Descendants. It's just all really angry virgins roaming the streets. All right, let's wrap it up here. This is it, right? This is the Spotify. Oh. We racked all of them.
Yeah, now we're all gonna watch Goat Story 2 together now. So,
well, after Lewis comes back from Kohl's, we got to make sure he gets to Kohl's before it closes.
I gotta stop telling you guys what I have to do with my life.
I want to go to Kohl's now. I honestly do.
I know.
I like Kohl's.
Sponsored by Kohl's.
Fuck y'all. I gotta get up. I gotta work my full day. I got time to eat a little food. Then I gotta get on this thing. I gotta get time to go to Kohl's, buddy.
I'm a fan of Kohl's. They're like Macy's, but cheaper.
Are they? I feel like Kohl's is kind of expensive.
Kohl's is fucking awesome, man.
Punk Rock Radar sponsored by Kohl's. So if you like independent punk music and Kohl's Cash, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video and leave a comment down below. John will send you, Lewis, after he gets his receipt, will send you the $20 Kohl's Cash he gets.
I will absolutely not be doing any of that shit.
He's like, I'm holding on to all that Kohl's Cash.
I'm going to buy some motherfucking gloves with my Kohl's Cash, so don't worry about it.
What the hell are you doing, John?
Of Kohl's Cash. Playing a Kohl's commercial.
Is this a Kohl's commercial? No.
This is a goat story.
Goat story. Get sponsored by Taco Bell?
Oh, dude, I would love to get sponsored. I wish we had a sponsor in general, but if it was Taco Bell, that would be. I would
probably say something dumb and cost us the sponsorship, unfortunately.
This just looks like Food Fight. You ever see Food Fight, John?
No, it doesn't look as bad as that. It looks like an ant store.